seven deadly sins play a part in that? Like, do we each get assigned one that we struggle with in this life?
That's hysterical. It's like we raise our hand. I'll take that one. No, you took that one last time. I want that one. Okay, you can have that one. Then we'll meet and then we'll argue with each other because we're each manifesting that. It's hugely complex. Oh my God, it's complex. I think humanity, we are programmed from the beginning to deal with the seven deadly sins and all its little cousins because they're teachers. It's teaching you not to do it, what the consequences are when you do. Jealous, and they all involve other people. None of those seven deadly sins, even though you think you're in it by yourself, it affects other people. Greed, envy, hate, jealousy. Come on. It's just a part of life, and you might do it like it's just a fume. Or you might live a lifetime like that, but it's choice. I don't think anybody, now I'm going to get in trouble for this, but I don't think people come to earth to live in one of those negative, horrible situations where they are obsessed with earthly things and no ability to get out of it. The ability is always there. Love is always there. But when we become obsessed with the physical world, that's all that there is, and we have to have something or we have to beat something to the detriment of collaboration and dignity, that's where the problems come from, I think.
I think you're right on that. It makes me think of the stories of dragons hoarding their gold and getting, drunk on the energy of what they have and wanting more. I think humans definitely do that. We don't see the love that's right in front of us because we're too busy wanting things that aren't love.
We fear the loss.
Yeah.
Maitreya, the world teacher, says, if somebody steals from you, say, thank you. Thank you for taking that out of my presence. That can scare the hell out of me. But I'm
Right.
just a people. I'm just a people. I'm not going to tell you I'm above that. No, I can give you examples, and I'm not going to do it because it's humiliating, of every one of the deadly sins and all its cousins in my life when I've done those things, or if I'm doing it now. And and I don't like the word forgiveness because I think that's really understanding. But to be able to forgive the self, to understand that we're just people and we carry all of that with us in that little backpack we get the minute we come to earth. You get this backpack of all the icky stuff, and we pull it out every now and then, think we're going to get something. And then when we put it back in there, we haven't gotten anything. They say that the problem on earth is the separation of the have and the have-nots. My husband explains it of the difference in consciousness of those who live in the country or live remote or in tiny towns and those who live in big cities. Most of the populations live in big cities. But if you have, the minute something goes wrong in your apartment, you have a super come and you don't have any practical physical skills. What does that do in the long run? I don't know. I've never lived like that. That scares me to death to live like that. But I'm just one of these hyper independent people that I want to know. That has also worked to my detriment. It really has. So this is personal choice. All of it's choice. And we do have a choice. That's called free will.
Right. And it's a reminder to be gentle with ourselves to discover that.
Boy, that's a lesson I'm going through where Spirit has said to me, Zoli, it's lovely to be independent and to do all these capabilities that you have, but you're going to be 72 soon. Do you get that now is the time for you to learn more about receivership than being a do-aholic? Oh.
Mm.
So what I'm having to do for all you doers out there is to sit and say, okay, those who guard and guide me, Holy Spirit, in the name of Christ and the Holy Spirit, I call forth understanding and visions and sounds of how I can learn to be more receivership. So here's what happened. You're going to like this. So, and I'm not telling you to do this. In fact, I'll say, don't do this. I started taking 10 milligrams of something called methylene blue. Don't do this, people. Don't say, Zoe told me to do this. I'm not a doctor. But what happened was after, and I didn't connect this, after 2 weeks of taking just 10 milligrams, I started to get a sore throat. I thought, oh boy, it's coming to be winter. No, I'm not getting sick. Am I getting sick? This went on for 2 weeks before my body code practitioner said, you are detoxifying pediatric heavy metal. I
Wow.
said, OMG. I understand methylene blue, that is a chemical that dredges stuff up. Antibiotic, it dredges stuff up. And I'm just talking to me, I'm not talking about you. So when I grew up in Birmingham, Alabama in the 1950s, we lived kind of in the foothills, the Appalachia. You could look downtown and see Vulcan, that big statue of the god Vulcan, that the light was red. It was holding if there was somebody died in a traffic accident. Usually it was green, but it was surrounded by an orange hue. Sloss Furnace. Birmingham is the Pittsburgh of the South at that time. During the 70s, it quit processing pig iron. So the sky was orange, this heavy metals. We used to have a guy come and spray the inside of the house every month for bugs. The outside lawn was perfect. It was chemicalized. I was this little barefoot wild kid all the time. So I was getting heavy metals. So this is what's coming out of me now. So what happened? My husband brought me this huge helium get better balloon. I said, he has never in 15 years of marriage ever done that. Why did he do that? I said, oh my God, that is the sweetest, kindest thing. Zoli, what are you doing? You are feeling receivership. Okay. So the next week, I look on my desk and there is a card for Starbucks. Oh my, there it is again. Two of my friends did cute little things for me. I'm like, Zoli, breathe this in. And you're never ungrateful, but I want you to feel that you don't have to do anything. So that's my journey. It's the feeling of balancing giving and receiving. Now, we all can benefit from that because of spirit. When spirit gives to us, how can we feel it in the cave of the heart? Here's the image I got. So there are all these souls waiting for incarnation. They're on the beach, and there are these ships that come in. And you get on a ship and you sail your whole life, your journey. You're gone. You sail that. You are on water, which is emotion. You're the sky, the air. But you have to be the earth because you're on the water. And you have to give up your control and to receive the winds that fill your sails. So this is my journey of receivership, of breathing and learning to be a different kind of person. In my doterage, my older age, this is what I'm doing.